Let's get this over with.
Oh, yeah, sorry, hold on. Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's going on? Run! Containment is lacking! 3, 2, 1. Come on! 3, 2, come on! Come on! Open the door! Please! Please open the door!
Let's talk about Jurassic World Rebirth. I went and saw that movie because I love anything Jurassic. I give it a solid 8.5. Okay, I did see the last Jurassic Park. The train. I did see the last Jurassic Park movie in theaters as well, and that one was Jurassic World. No, see, they have a Jurassic World Dominion. I have I seen that with Omar Sy. I don't feel like I've seen that. Hold on, because I've seen Jurassic. What is this? As you can see, I get very hyped about Jurassic World in general. Okay, okay, that makes sense because hold on. First of all, that makes so much sense. Now, when I saw Jurassic World Rebirth, I ain't gonna lie. I'm like, when did the dinosaurs get to living amongst the people like every day? You know what I'm saying? They wasn't even on just the island. They was living with the people, and I think that's on the trailer. So you probably see it on the trailer. Let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park. We need DNA from the 3 biggest dinosaurs for the original park. Raptors. Every worst of the worst. We're left here. Come on!
Okay. So after watching that trailer, and just watching a movie, I think that the film itself was definitely like a solid 8.5. Um, and I say that because all good things. The storyline was new, fresh. You know, it was similar to the Jurassic World films where you basically see a group of scientists, a group of explorers going to an island or to some land, off away, basically to, seek these dinosaurs in some sort, right? But I love that they included the big thing about the family. I love that they include, and they always include, the big thing about the family aspect. You got some notable actors in this movie, like Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey. I'm familiar with his name, and his face. He was in Bridgerton. Yes, very familiar with him. Luna Blaze. I believe I'm saying her name right. Just different names. Ed Screen, Rupert Friend, Beecher Sylvain. I may not be saying all of these names right. Um, let's see all these actresses. Audrina Miranda, Philippine Velji, David Iacono. I don't even know. Manuel Garcia Rufo. Excuse me if I'm saying these names wrong. But it was a great cast, I think. I think that these pieces all came together. I think that you got to see a good dynamic of good versus bad. And I think that this movie franchise is known for keeping the inherently good characters alive, which that's kind of why I have it rated at a solid 8.5. Because I feel like I knew what I came there for. I came there for the dinosaurs, I came there for action, I came there for some amazing visuals, and I came there for a storyline that's going to make me wonder, are these people going to survive or not? And that's another thing I want to get on. The suspense was suspending. Okay, the suspense was suspending in so many different ways. There was a moment in the film that I love film where you can watch something and it can kind of lead you on to wondering what more. Um, so for instance, I wrote down some notes, and there was a light-in moment that they had where Mahershala Ali was being first introduced as a character, and he was sitting inside of a diner. I believe he was talking to Scarlett Johansson, I want to say, who plays the character Zora Bennett, and Mahershala playing Duncan Kincaid. And I believe Dr. Henry Loomis. See, Jurassic World Rebirth is interesting because these are people who are playing characters. Some of them actually being connected to past characters from different Jurassic Park movies, i.e., Dr. Henry Loomis, played by Jonathan Bailey in the new movie, is actually connected to Alan Grant, who is a well-known character from the Jurassic Park franchise. But talking about the lighting choice that they chose, that I feel like was great on the suspense and just different things, and it kind of made me wonder, like, what was the point of that? In a way of just questioning, why do we make certain choices in a film? There was a lighting choice where Duncan Kincaid, played by Mahershala Ali, was sitting inside the diner, and as they there was like a sunlight that was glistening in and off his face, and it basically showed on his face when his character was having a monologue, and it only showed on his face through the silences. So I thought that that was really interesting. I thought that it added a little bit of depth to his character because they introduced his character as a real fun guy. He had a popping pink shirt on. You could see it in the trailer. He was out having drinks with friends, and the next scene, we get that a little bit of his intimate level, about his relationship to, I think, his son. That's what it was talking about. And then later on, I think even the costume choices, because he went from that bright pink to later on when they were all together and they had banded as these explorers going to the island, he was wearing brown. And I did take notes of the costumes that they chose for these different characters. Duncan Kincaid was, dressed in brown, as well as like the character who played Leclerc, the cheer Sylvain, who, he was under him. We also have Nina, played by Philippine Velji. I'm not sure how to say that name properly. But both of those characters were wearing some type of army fatigue, symbolizing them as members of Mahershala's unit, who played or playing the role of Duncan Kincaid. So I felt like his character had a lot of depth to him that was so interesting, and it kind of left you to wonder. And if you've never seen any of the other Jurassic World movies, I think that it would make you want to know more about who this Duncan Kincaid is and what's his backstory. So that was a bit about just the suspense that I saw that I felt like, or Mm. That was a bit about the suspense that I saw just in that one specific moment. And that wasn't even, when most of the action had evolved into the film. That's when, we were still in the position of getting to know our characters, our forming characters as they came together. Zora Bennett, Dr. Henry Loomis, Duncan Kincaid. I enjoyed the idea of them showing us how they all came together. Henry Lewis working at a uh, a museum and being this guy who just loves the world and the nature of dinosaurs and the history, and he is just a passionate person. So I think that they explored his character really well in Jonathan Bailey. There was a moment on screen where he got to be real personal with the dinosaur, and it was so much joy that Bailey was able to exude as that character. And I think that it really showed the difference in why he was there, which kind of foreshadowed into his ideas later on in the film that I think was really well put together. Then we have Scarlett Johansson playing the role of Zora Bennett, which I think that she was really, really good in that role. I'm not too familiar with the world of Jurassic, with the, I hate saying world of Jurassic World. I'm not too familiar with all of the Jurassic World films. I am just a fan though, and I'm learning along the way. But I will say that I did write something about the outfit and costumes that I saw. So Scarlett, played Zora Bennett. They had her costumed in white, and I thought, to me, maybe that stood out as her being fresh, her having newness to the group, her adding some type of oomph that would change the dynamic of the situation of what they were going through. And when you think about it, she served as a middle point to a lot of the different pieces that all came together, including Dr. Henry Loomis, Duncan Kincaid, um, and Martin Krebs. I don't know if it's Krebs or Krebs, played by Rupert Friend. Okay, so you got a fact check. I thought that the color grading was incredible. When they introduced the family that they had in the film, considered consisting of characters Teresa, Ruben, Bella, um, and Teresa's boyfriend Xavier. So it was a Delgado family. Um, man, the first scene was them on a boat, and the contrast between the boat and the sky and their costume choices. It was great. The visual imagery was great. Just another piece that I feel like they take heed in representing when they come out with these different Jurassic World movies. Very well known for just the visual imagery. Um, because we're seeing a lot of vegetation, we're seeing dinosaurs. It's supposed to be nature. It's going to be a lot of CGI. So I feel like that they do a real well job of placing humans amongst this CGI and creating this world that we get to enjoy, and it becomes like an idea of like, damn, I want to go to Jurassic World, even though, it be going crazy every freaking movie. Like, is Jurassic World ever not malfunctioning? But anyway, I do want to go see like I don't want to see no pterodactyl. I would actually go see I'd be down for like the dinosaurs that like just eat like leaves. You know what I'm saying? You know, I would be down for that. But we do need trees, so I wouldn't want them to be. All right, we getting too far away from the point now. So let me focus before my mic dies. Hopefully, it's still working. Okay. So since I just made a joke, let's talk about the comedic relief, right? I just talked about the Delgado family. I think that this movie incorporated another thing where we saw comedic relief in um, Xavier Dobbs, who's played by the actor David Iacano. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but he was a great key player in this film. I want to say, to me, almost every single point um, that played on his relationship with the leader of the Delgado family, which is their dad, Ruben Delgado, played by Manuel Garcia Rufo. Um, I think that they had a lot of comedic moments between each other, and I think that it kind of serves into the idea of humans and how we see each other. And everybody loves a good knocking at the door. I'm trying to take your daughter out on a date, sir. Oh, well, you're not good enough for my daughter. Everybody loves that type of story, and we do get a little bit of that tension in this movie with that. But then you also do see a bit of growth in different moments from his character. A lot of strength from the character of Xavier that you wouldn't always see from a character with so much comedic relief that I enjoyed. Because I will say, you have to wonder, okay, you got this dad and their two daughters on a boat. Why is the boyfriend here? Why is he here? And you really do get to see, okay, I get why he's here. I get why he matters. And I think that that is a great touch that they added. Not having that character and that actor just play a character who is just, excuse me, supplying this comedic relief, but also being someone who has an uphill battle, and he has a purpose of why he's here. He's trying to gain acceptance, and he's trying to find his place in. And I feel like by the end of the movie, he really does. So that was one of the other things that they did well in that film. So one of the other things I wrote down, let me see. I said the dad is a terrible saver. I don't know, man. I just feel like that the Delgado father, Ruben Delgado, I was in that theater like, bro, you telling me that you love your two daughters so much, but when they get in a jam, Mr. Delgado, you are nowhere to be found, sir. And I'm not trying to
Down. Hell,
give too much away, but damn, Ruben, like that's why I say the film gave a lot of different moments where it provided a lot of suspense, a lot of like what ifs, what's gonna happen, and I enjoy that up and down that Jurassic World always provides. So this is a great movie. Like I said, man, solid 8.5. After talking about it, I damn near want to give it a 9, man. I might as well give it a 9, man. Like I feel like the only thing I'm missing is just like I feel like I just wanted more to the story, to the storyline. The movie itself is the runtime is 2 hours and 13 minutes, yo, and I'm asking for more. So maybe I should just sit down. Maybe it is a 10 out of the 10. Like I don't know. We're gonna see how it does in the box office. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed the cast. Scarlett Johansson, Mahershala Ali, Jonathan Bailey, they did their thing, leading it with everybody else. Man, amazing job. I enjoyed the new movie too, like Jurassic World, that franchise. So maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I would definitely go see this in the theaters if you got the time. If you're a fan of Jurassic World, yeah. So that's that. Hope y'all enjoyed that review. I did my thing. I took my notes, and I'm going.